So I don't know if there's anyone else out there like me, but I have so much hope, like so much hope in the potential of UK music. And obviously what I'm saying sounds a bit like, yeah, everyone like knows UK music is doing great and whatever. But I'm not talking about UK music like just the music. I'm talking about music, UK music in the UK. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the pandemic. Maybe it's just a decline in culture. But stages in the UK have so much potential. Like there's so much untapped potential when it comes to physical stages in the UK. Right now we live in a world of lounges, jazz bars, open mic nights, just bars basically. And that's great. We need bars because we need that just for like everyday life. But I'm talking about elite level stages. Like America, for example, has got Kennedy Center, the Kennedy Center Honors, which is like something they use to honor legends in music. In I think it's just only music, but they've got that. What else have they got? They've got award shows, obviously. They've got Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like they've got these different things, and it doesn't have to be so prestigious in that way, but they have a lot of spaces where music and prestige marry, if that makes sense. And I feel like the UK needs to take a page out of that book and implement it right here because we have the facilities. Literally, the whole world comes to the UK and does their shows. Why is the UK not using their own stages for the UK? Like, the whole world respects the UK. Why wouldn't the UK respect the UK and do what will be best? One, for arts, two, for the economy, three, for just culture. Because housing your own artists, housing your own people in your country just, if anything, enriches, just emphasizes on the quality that we already have. It's not like as if we're seeking out the talent, because the product is there. The harvest, as I've said, like the harvest is right there. But what's anyone doing about it? Like, what's anyone actually doing about it? So, and don't get me wrong, we do have some things. We've got the Brits, BAFTAs, but those are like very elite things, and it doesn't have to be something like nationally televised things and like celebrities and stuff like that, but just amongst your own people. Like gala nights are one of my biggest inspirations. American audiences, Americans, just from what I've seen, love a good gala night, love to look good. It doesn't have to be in the press, it doesn't have to be out there, but just amongst yourselves, and you're all looking like dressed to the nines kind of thing. We can do that in the UK. We have the space, we have the people. It's just who's initiating this thing. Me. That's why I got my own concert. If you haven't got tickets now, get your tickets. Anyways, but like, we need people to initiate these things rather than everyone talking about, oh, the UK's bad vibes, oh, this and that. Like, entertainment is really a cure. It really is a remedy. Not the remedy, but a remedy that can just bring people together no matter the culture, because UK, London is very diverse. So there's so much potential, so much untapped potential. I'm just like, just from time to time, I'll just be thinking like, what is going on? Like, the things is right there, and we need the right people to do it. Because Mobos, for example, I love the Mobos. I've always loved the Mobos. I've respected that thing, and everyone behind it, like Eddie Caddy that hosts it recently, doing great. However, I feel part of the identity may have slipped a little, because MOBO stands for Music of Black Origin, but we have Personality of the Year. What's that got to do with music? Podcast awards? Like, this has nothing to do with music, and it's just showing like there is a slow decline in the strength of the identity of it, and now it's just seen as honestly, just to be completely honest, it looks like a press like just something to do for the press kind of thing. And the music in the UK is amazing. The people that are being awarded, well deserved. But when you start to get into things that are not about music, that's where things start to decline. And that's because when you're strong with your identity, timeless. You're timeless. You don't have to stick with the trends of today. Yes, you have to change as you go because you need to grow. But at the core of who you are, that can never change. That should never change. And just me personally, I do not think it makes sense to have an identity, a personality award, a podcast of the year award, or just, I forgot the titles exactly, but just anything that's not got to do with music does not make sense to me. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stages in the UK, but we need to hold on to the identity of UK music and stick to that and strengthen that and just continuously make space for it. Because that's when artists now have things to work towards. It's not just a thing of awareness and fame. I'm just trying to like get myself in the light. Like they now have stuff to work for. So if you cannot sing, best believe it will show and you will embarrass yourself kind of thing. Like the Apollo vibe, live showtime at the Apollo. If you cannot sing, if you cannot do what you need to do in terms of your craft, why are you here? That's what we need in the UK. Because that's what will motivate people to be great. So we'll have more artists coming out of the UK while still strengthening live music in the UK itself. So it's not that we have to export people all the time. But yeah, that is my 2 cents on that. I feel like this will be an ongoing conversation for me because I'm always like so confused as to why, like the answers are right there. It's just just do it. Like just someone do it. The right people need to do it. Whoever's up top in the music industry, honestly, there's a lot of labels in the UK that are American or just not from the UK originally. So I don't know. But that's my 2 cents on that. But don't get me wrong, I love what's going on. They've got the NBA, so Flo performed at the NBA halftime in the O2. Ray did NFL. Like, there are some things coming out which is great, but it doesn't always have to be by celebrities. We can do it amongst ourselves. Easy. So, it just takes people coming together and really, like, honing in on it. That's how did Motown start? They weren't, like, top of the top. They weren't, like, the biggest people. It was amongst themselves. So, that's just me.